Well, Advisor Ratings has a tool that's now being used by the ASX to help consumers reach advisors that are involved in the ASX. The new service will allow investors to find professional advice, and to tell us more about it, Mark Hoven from Advisor Ratings. Mark, welcome to the program. Great to have you here with us. So where is this demand for advice coming from? Are we seeing an increased appetite for advice through this pandemic?
Hi Nadine, good afternoon. Absolutely, I think the pandemic has and the early access to super program have both awakened the dead, as we call it, the unengaged, disengaged member of a super fund, member of the community, and I think they've woken up to the possibilities that good advice can help them with. The fact that they've got a pot of money sitting in super that they've now actually got some access to that they didn't have before. And of course, while we're talking ASX and we're talking investing, clearly the extraordinary demand that we've seen coming through to the new firms like Stake and Superheroes, and obviously existing ones that are out there like Self-Wealth, StockSpot, and the traditional brokers. There's just massive increase in interest in not only trading, taking advantage of volatility, but investing for the first time.
Yeah, so the platforms tell us. I mean, I was just reading today that Open Markets has overtaken NAB trade even when it comes to the volume of trades going through. So pretty extraordinary time. So what exactly is this advice platform that is now being rolled out by the ASX?
Yeah, so it's, the ASX gets something like 1 million unique visits per month to their site, and I suspect that they've seen spikes well above that in the last 6 months. And while they've had a find a broking firm solution on the old website, and of course they switched over to a new website. I suspect there's been a bit of conversation about the challenges yesterday morning, but in switching over to a new site, there is now this Advisor Ratings powered find an advisor solution. So it's giving consumers access to individual advisors who are working for trading participants. So in the first phase, we have 3 broking firms showcased on there, advisors, around 200 advisors from Canaccord Genuity, Ord Minnett, and Morgans Financial. And in coming weeks, we anticipate at least another 4 or 5 broking firms, trading participant firms to be launched on the site. So and advisors from those firms available there for consumers to find.
Okay.
Well.
So they're there to find. They don't pay for using the site, but they will obviously pay to get the traditional advice.
Yeah, so there's a sort of a powerful search function, Nadine. People can search for advisors based on the kind of investment instruments that they're good at recommending. They can search by region, by postcode, by firm. It is a free service. Essentially, the consumer connects through to the advisor or the broking firm, and they do business. So they can search for people in their neighbourhood, or again certain affiliations they might have with certain firms already. But there'll be a good choice there, and I think it just reflects the fact that that there is a growing need for help. That advice can be complex. It can be simple too, but people do want a second opinion, and I think volatile markets just reinforce the fact that it takes a calm head to sort of plan for the longer term, and that's what financial advice is all about.
Yeah, Mark, this is essentially Advisor Ratings white labeled. I don't want to simplify it too much, but you're in the startup land like ourselves. I mean, how many sort of more applications for this technology, this Advisor Ratings type platform, do you think there potentially are in Australia?
Yes. It's a really interesting question, Nadine, because I've been sort of asking that question quite broadly across the wealth industry, and I think there's great application across various types of organisations in wealth, but also outside the wealth industry, and maybe traditional areas like member-based firms, car clubs, certainly within employer groups. I think major employers, or in fact any kind of employer, is rethinking their value proposition to their staff. And I think we've moved beyond the traditional gym and health program, although that's clearly still very important, particularly with mental health, to financial well-being. So it's got absolute application inside a corporate environment, but back inside inside the wealth industry, we've had good interest from super funds. Australian Super is another client of ours applying a white label to their members. We've seen interest in the life insurance sector. This is where life insurers are trying to connect what we call orphaned policyholders back into an advice relationship. Even platforms, the listed and the unlisted platform space are increasingly winning sort of books of orphaned clients. So these were people investing through their platform that were previously advised, but with the exit of advisors out of the industry, we see this orphaning effect occurring, and these platforms are accumulating books of investors that they want to reconnect to an advisor. So the white label solution gives them that facility. It takes away the business risk, moral hazard to some extent of recommending someone, and allows the consumer to do it themselves.
All right, Mark, always a pleasure. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Nadine. See you later.
Mark Hoven there joining us from Advisor Ratings.